It should be rolling. Alrighty. So, today, nothing too difficult. There's the birch over there. I'll come back to that. So this birch has been hit with a bunch of storm damage. And so our main thing, oh, it's a lot of nice topsoil. But yeah, our main thing here is going to try to get some of the dead stuff out from all the storm damage. Because there's a lot of smaller stuff. But then right there, that codom is split. Right directly where the sun is. Plus, I just don't want that one leading. Now you can see there's been a lot of cuts on here, but done before. Oh, I hope I hit the right button. There's that one. There's that. One. There we go. Safer way. Why am I choosing this as my dominant compared to this one? Well, majority of it goes onto that damage, as much as that has more of a central, straighter lead to it. Just because of the previous damage to it, I feel like it's not the best to have a foundation around. Plus, I've been planning on getting rid of this since I originally saw it. So, this is the next step. Creating a dominant in this situation as well is an added benefit. Ah, there's the problem. Whee! disc while I got a second. Keeping eyes on it because it's a hanger. That out of the way. There's one. There's two. And nice and sappy because early spring. But yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Now if I really wanted, I could start knocking small stuff like that back, clean up all the lower stuff. But in reality, like half of this tree is not doing too well. Like you can see here, cavities, and where it's starting to die. So right now, this is more so about just making the tree last for a little bit. And doing that just kind of helps try to give it a little more of a chance. By giving you strong leaders, stopping that diversion of energy towards that one. And then there's this thing. Just chaos. As you can see, it was just a sucker. It branched fully out. I really want I could just take this one out where it connects there, because that's also trying to compete. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get some flack for catching that. I know. But tis what tis. Can't change it now. Yeah, this just needs to be tidied on this section. But I don't want to remove too much because it's already been cut back in a lot of bad spots and it's dying off. I see that cross here. I really want to get rid of both of those. Yeah, I'd be lower. Or take that off. Alright. that's that. Look at that, it already looks better. This thing, I don't want to do all the lower stuff over here. I don't want to stress the tree out too much because I'm just trying to help it knock off those couple things where it's weak limbs and all that. Like you can see there's a rot from those two that were supporting each other. So cleared that out. No, I know, open the cavity where there's already rot. And yeah. There's best pruning practices and then there's case rule. What is it? Just because it's an exception doesn't mean it's a rule. Or there's a rule and there's an exception, something like that. Can't think of it. But there have been a lot of pretty bad pruning cuts on here that for sure stress the tree out beforehand. So I've hit this thing before. I've pruned out not as much this stem. I got some of the smaller stuff, but the other stem more. I've been trying to work this thing back into being a little more open-minded to things instead of being stressed out about everything. But it's going to be a nice and slow process trying to convince it. But it'll take time. Bad things trying to compete too. Yeah, it'll take its time. Get it shaped slowly and surely back. Stuff will start to die off too. I don't want to rush it to force new holes. That's why I'm doing piece by piece. Some decent sized pieces, but not everything all at once. But yeah, that being said, now it's just time to clean up. Partake. Now hopefully it's recording again. See, look how pretty it is. I'll come back for those, I guess. Oh, divot. And apparently I gotta trim this maple soon. There might be some work being done in the beech in the front. I will say the worst thing I've done at this place is they had a whole bunch of mulberries and vine all along this fence row. And or what are we looking at? Maybe 150? Maybe not that much. But over 100 meters of fence row, all full of mulberries and vine. And as you know, mulberry is quite good at getting twisted in between it all too. And put on top of that, when I cleaned it all up, started off as a decent day, but then when I was tossing it all in a trailer to haul away, that's when it started to downpour. So it's downpouring, and I had to back up this hill because everything was on this side. So it's downpouring. I'm trying my best, dragging all this stuff out, and then I want to make one trim, and I was like one branch off from having it perfect. So I had to hop in, start stomping around, and just because of the rain and all that, I was losing my mind. It was a fun time. Yeah, glad to say that's done. And now we just have more of the stuff for aesthetics. I'm trying to actually look out for the trees rather than the stacks of property. We're doing tree growth and tree health. Is always a little more easy, depending on who you are and what you like to do. buzzards waiting for me already. How this looks with wide view. This is the first time that I've used the wide view, so it'll be interesting to see when I edit what it actually looks like. I've thought about it, but it's the first time where I've had the opportunity to record trying everything out. I can't remember if my last video was in wide view or not, but this will be the first with it. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Big old. You see that codom? Looks like I may have gotten some sun scalding. Either way, it's sun scorched. That's what it is. If I can get my words right, it'll be better. It's Sinless Steve. Yeah, either got sun scorch or there was an old limb that crossed it. I can't see where that other limb would have grown from. So probably just got sun scorched. So the next time I come here, what I'm going to do after the tree has some time, just to get used to those cuts I just made to it, is I'll probably start to reduce this one out and make this the main. If I really wanted to, I can look at that one as the main, but right now this one is my preference for the main. Things may change during the time between here and next time I'm here, but as I'm planning, I'm going to try to make this one the main and then slowly reduce both of those out and take that. That's the plan. So, leaving that for today, letting everything get settled. That'll have some issues with it, but that's the other part, is if that has enough issues, that'll start to reduce out of die off anyways, and I'll come in and trim that off. But that's the plan, make this the main, reduce those to be done. Ooh, an orange, oh no, it's a regular blackbird. I had my hopes up. So a little bit of quick story time before I end off the video. So needless to say, not in this video, not anything I've recorded, but I had an interesting job. Now, first off, before that, so I don't know if you can see my black pinky nail. I broke my pinky. That's a fun one. It's finally on the back mend. It's, what was it? This is the third week of healing. It happened 4 weeks ago. But yeah, that's a fun one. But on top of that, while I was doing a job last week that I didn't record, it was like I got there, light rain, climbing a black walnut, you know, nothing too big. Next thing you know, I'm up there, starts snowing, the winds pick up and start gusting at 56 kilometers an hour, or what would that be, like 32 miles an hour, that area, and it just starts gusting, and I'm standing there and I have this, I'm out on this limb doing a limb walk, and I have this tree right underneath me that I was instructed not to touch. And I'm sitting there as like I'm just swinging back and forth. I'm like, this is gonna be a fun one. And so did that. Had a couple experiences making those cuts in the heavy wind. Then I just dropped the massive top, got it down, got it all done and dusted, and then I started spurring the maple, working on that one, and my spurs came loose, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is just the day, isn't it? Like, this is great. But needless to say, I'm alive, nothing wrong happened, everything went fine. Just had a few good learning stories from it. But yeah, with those short stories being done, that's it for today. I'm all packed up. Now I have to go run some very fun errands. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a short one. I'm going to try to edit it even shorter, just to make it a little more doable. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't party too hard, and adios, muchachos.